synergy or synergizing with others. Uh, so let's go into it. First of all, this is habit 6 where we've been working through over the last several months. Being in mind, putting first things first, those things that we need to do individually so we can be successful. And then the next three are really how can we work with others to be successful? That's thinking win-win, seeking first to understand, then be understood, and then now synergize, habit 6. So synergize, what does that mean? It's kind of a word we don't use very often, but it means that you can get along with others and work well in groups. You value strengths from others and allow you to learn from others or learn from them. Uh, Knowing that by working together as a team, you can get more done than working individually. That's what it means to synergize. So let's look at an example from nature. When we see birds flying in a V shape, a lot of times we see them, when they're going long distances, they're flying south for the winter, for example. Birds will fly in a V, and a lot of times you wonder why that happens. The reason why that happens is because of synergy. It's because by working together, it takes less energy to fly long distances than if they were to fly individually. So basically, what happens is this bird in front, the lead bird, and they take turns being the leader throughout the course of their journey. South or west, back north in the summertime. And so as the first bird's wings go down, it causes air to go up, which um, helps make it easier for the second bird and the third bird and so forth. So by synergizing, by working together, these animals will be successful and will be able to survive the long distance rather than if they were just to fly alone. If they flew alone, they wouldn't be able to make it. So this is also true in people. We can't succeed in life with just working with ourselves. We have to be able to work with others and be successful with others and appreciate others' differences in order to be successful in life. So synergy, a simple definition, it's achieved when two or more people work together, creates a better solution than either could have done alone. And basically, it's not my way, it's not your way, it's a better way that we develop together. It becomes our way, our solution to the problem. All right, so synergy, what it is and what it's not. It's about celebrating differences. It's about teamwork. It's about being open-minded. It's about finding new and better ways to do things. We can only create new things when we listen to others and talk through with others. And what it's not is just tolerating differences. If you're like, well, that guy's different, but I'm just nowhere. I'm not going to spend any time with him or talk to him. That's tolerating it, but not really the same as synergy. Working independently, and sometimes it's okay to work independently, but working by yourself exclusively is not synergy. And thinking that you are always right and the other person always wrong is not synergy. So we need to learn to work together and celebrating differences. Everybody is unique in their own way. Everybody has their own likes and dislikes, and everybody's unique. So there's kind of different levels to celebrating diversity and celebrating those that are different than us. Level one is shunning diversity. So staying away from diversity, convinced that you're always right, somebody else is always wrong, making fun of others who are different, and even resorting to verbal or physical violence or bullying to others that are different than you. That is kind of the lowest level of celebrating diversity. Level two is tolerating it, which means that you keep to yourself. You don't talk to others. You don't talk to those that are different. You just keep to yourself. Uh, Level three is celebrating diversity, realizing that two people who think differently can achieve more than two people that think exactly the same thing. If you're just hearing from people who say the exact same thing as you're not going to ever have new ideas or learn new things. Celebrating diversity, they don't necessarily agree on their differences, but they value the differences of others. They value what other people bring to the table. And then diversity creates sparks and creates new opportunities, new things. This is how new things are created. This is how new ideas come about. All right, think about where you fall in the spectrum as far as those three levels of shunning diversity, tolerating diversity, or really truly celebrating diversity. So think about where you fall in the spectrum. So just to give you a couple of examples, there's someone in class whose clothes don't match yours. Everybody has their own style, their own sense of what they're comfortable wearing, and you have people dressed in a lot of different ways. So how do you um, do you value that? Do you value their unique clothing choices, or do you think that they're out of touch with what normal people should be wearing, or what you think normal is? People that are of different religions. We live in a school that's fairly diverse. We all come from the same community. Many of you have gone to school together for years. But when somebody moves in, or maybe you're in a larger city or somewhere and see people with different cultures, different religions, how do you respect their beliefs, or do you think that they're weird because they believe differently than you and your family do? Think about somebody from a new town or a different state. or even a different country. Do you feel you can learn something from them, maybe about their culture or their background or their experiences, or do you just try to stay for them and label them as different? So there's as you go through life, you're going to find people from different areas, different parts of the world, and different parts of even the state or the country. All right, and realize ultimately that we're all a minority of one. We all have our own likes and dislikes. We have our own strengths and weaknesses. We have our own interests, things we like, things we don't like. We have our own education, our own experiences. Our families are all unique in their own ways. We have different friends, different beliefs, different goals. So it's kind of like how do you see these things? Do you see these things as everybody brings something unique to the table, or do you think of just how you're different than others? If you want to synergize, you need to really appreciate those differences and how you can learn from the others. Here's another example. Looking at this, what do you see? Take just a minute and think about what do you see here. And it depends how you're looking at it. Some people, how many people see a duck? Raise your hand. Okay, how many people see a rabbit? And really, you look at this, there's going to be some, you can see both in this, but it's just a unique way of perspective of seeing things, a different way of seeing things. So your action plan for synergy. Define the problem. What are we working on? What do we want to accomplish? Seek to understand what the other person has to say, what they're bringing to the table, so you understand, how your ideas and their ideas match. Share your ideas. Make sure that when you're working in a group that you share ideas, after having a chance to listen to others. Create opinions and new ideas based on that brainstorm. Kind of brainstorm, think about how you can connect different ideas that come from the group. You'll find the best solution that's going to work to solve whatever problem you're in. Like I said, this could be a problem in class. This could be a project you're working on. This could be, maybe just you're having some trouble, getting along with some other kids in your class. You can work through solutions by brainstorming and talking through them. All right. So this is the best way to reach synergy. To find the problem, seek first to understand, share your ideas, create new opinions and ideas based on brainstorming, and ultimately find that best solution. All right, next time or next month, as we get into, we're just starting February out, but as we get into March, we're going to talk about sharpening the saw. And that'd be a good one for March because we're going to talk about sharpening the saw, and then we'll get a couple weeks off for spring break. So it should be a great one. So everybody have a great week. And as you're going through there, make sure you're practicing the 7 habits and being as successful as possible. Thank you.